A lot has been made about Sydney Sweeney's dramatic physical transformation for Christy, a new sports movie where she plays Christy Martin, a pioneer of mainstream women's boxing in the 1990s and the first woman signed to legendary boxing promoter Don King. And if you didn't know her story, you're about to. The film had its world premiere at TIFF, and I was on hand to witness the audience eating out of the palm of its hand from beginning to end, despite any of its flaws. This follows the structure and many of the tropes of a typical sports biopic movie, with a few notable deviations. Christy Martin is a queer woman and kept that side of her private at the behest of her family and ex-husband / coach, James Martin. So on top of her many physical and athletic challenges, she had to overcome the gender bias and the narrow-minded cultural attitudes towards LGBTQ people, both in sports and society at large. The reason to see this movie is Sydney Sweeney, our current queen of controversy, but she uses this role to completely recenter her talents as the focus. She is once again a producer on this film, taking that very hands-on approach, bringing the story to the screen. While not necessarily Oscar-worthy, it's a very impressive performance, creating a compelling and sympathetic character based on this complex, layered, and very real person. However, there is a little bit of a vacancy to her, and I don't know how much of that was intentional, but Sweeney captures Martin's outward bravado and bombastic persona in the ring, and the internal conflict behind closed doors. Ben Foster plays one of the most cartoonishly evil and unlikable people ever, made all the more chilling that this person actually existed at one time in our world. Some harrowing sequences of violence where boxing is not even involved, be warned. Katie O'Brien also has a clutch supporting role, always great to see her. It's a pretty straightforward biopic for how groundbreaking of a figure Christy Martin was for the sport and the complex role she played in the world of boxing and her toxic marriage. Ultimately, it's that last 30 minutes that hits you with an emotional sucker punch, and the full breadth of Sydney Sweeney's physicality, transformation, and performance come into stunning focus. That's ultimately the note the film leaves you on, and anything that sticks with you will likely come directly from that third act.